Welcome back, everyone, to our video game book club where we're doing Rise of the Tomb Raider, and this is our third part and final part of this playthrough.
God bless.
We're gonna wrap things up. We're gonna try and pick up where we left off. We finished the Baba Yaga DLC.
Baba Yaga.
We have
Who's
challenge tombs. Me, the narrator of this.
Baba Yaga?
We did some challenge tombs throughout here, and yeah, we will get right to it. Most of us, I think, finished this playthrough relatively normal timing, and then some of us it took a little bit longer, apparently.
Yep.
So,
Moving on.
moving on. This just starts, by the way. My notes. I did these notes like a week ago.
Yeah, where you chose
That's
it.
okay.
Just, well, to be fair,
I
like,
don't-
we're doing like we're trying to find bombs and puzzles and stuff. Like it's fine.
Yeah, it just starts. So like my note literally was like, while I was exploring, I hit an area where there was a trap on the ground that my survival vision called out, and a spiky thingy that would swing from the ceiling. I tried to walk around. Oh, I had a glitch. That's what it was. It starts this playthrough starts with a glitch. I forgot.
Okay.
So, because normally I change colors
Jesus
of my
Christ.
notes. That's what I said, dude.
Good.
I
I just love the idea of you
Can I-
reading through these notes and then being like, what the fuck was I trying to say here?
Oh, this is the green section. Never mind.
So can I just tell you guys a little bit
No.
of the insight to this book club? The Premier League season has started, and I am a huge Premier League soccer
As
fan.
you know.
Follow Liverpool. Yep. Games start at 7:30 a.m. on Saturdays, so I will oftentimes get up. I will make myself coffee. I will put on this big snuggie thing that I'm wearing, and I'll go downstairs and I'll turn on a game. And if it's a team I'm not like, if it's not Liverpool, then I will also play my video game book club and do my notes. So these notes are from like a week ago Saturday morning at like 7 a.m. So give me some credit when it comes
Speaking
to just
of which-
randomly starting.
You guys are caught up on Alien, right? Obviously there's a new
No.
one tonight, but
Yes.
No, I'm one behind.
Oh, okay. Well, Alex, in your next whenever you go watch it, they make a joke about the Snuggie that you're currently wearing, and it
Oh,
was
yes.
it was pretty
It
funny.
was fun, yeah.
Was it? Okay. It's not an official Snuggie. And actually it was like a poncho, like a fleece lined poncho that Allie bought her for herself, and she used like once, and then it was stolen. So
No.
anyway.
Yeah.
So
And you're looking at the thief right here.
So this was, I remember what this was. So we left off in that like little underground area, like the city where we're first about to
Supposed to take down the statue.
Deathless. Yeah. So there's an area where these spiky things swing down, and because I have that extra ability, I can see those traps on the ground before I get nearby. So I was like, sure, I'm just gonna walk around it. And like I went to walk around it, and it kicked me on top of it, and I wasn't expecting it, so I couldn't get my gun aimed in time, and it killed me. I had to restart. Second time around, I was like, son of a bitch. So I shot at the target, and like at the trap, and nothing happened. So I was like, fine, let's try this again. I walk around it. It's I guess it's less of a glitch and more of a bad game design. It forces you onto the trap. If you walk around it, your character model slides to the right and hits the trap. You cannot walk around it in the spot. So every time
I never had this, so I must have skipped this area.
I don't remember that
it's
trap either. Yeah.
it's off by a relic. So if you're clearing out the whole area, yeah.
Not
Yeah,
mainline. We did not do.
No, not mainline.
That'll do.
No,
That'll do.
but like I was like, that's just bad game design. Like if I can see it, you gave me this ability to see it. If I can't shoot it or disarm it, let me walk around it.
Did you
But
try
they're like,
jumping
no.
over it?
I guess I could have. Piss off, Preston. So anyway. So after exploring the area, Laura has to complete a puzzle where she collects some Greek fire barrels around the supports of a huge statue of the prophet. We have to blow it up, and she does this, explodes the barrels, the statue falls over, creating a bridge to the upper levels of the underground city. Right then, we get our first glimpse of the immortal warriors, because up to this point, they've all been shadows. And they start firing flaming arrows at the Greek fire everywhere, lighting the place ablaze. And we, as Laura, have to run. I just have a funny note here. I was climbing up the wall and got a direct hit from one of the flame arrows in the back of the head. Like, I think I was moving faster than what the animation was happening. I went right in its path. Nothing happens. It's just like it hits the cinder block and just, dissipates. I'm just like,
There's a section
Way to
later
go.
on to where we're just getting rained on. It's like, okay, nothing's happening. Cool. All right.
yeah.
Bet.
Yeah, it's just like little ticks of damage randomly, and you're like, yeah, that's sure,
Yeah,
okay.
sure.
So after a long cinematic running scene scaling city walls, Laura falls in a hole, slides down a cave system, and lands. She calls Jacob, probably broke her ankle. She calls Jacob to tell him she made it out. Now, finding Laura's way out, she gets a call on the walkie from Jonah, and he says that he was picked up by Jacob's people, and he's okay. And Laura tells him to stay where he is, and she was on her way to him. And I just have a note, and honestly, dude, I think this is a bit of a toxic relationship. Like, you should have left at the house. You should have left after the avalanche. You need to go the fuck home. Quit following her around like a puppy. She is only going to get you hurt.
Not
Look,
helping.
Jonah is an addict, just like all of those other people back in '96, and he's addicted to those sweet, sweet babs. That's it.
Yeah. So I took the opportunity here because right as we get that call, we come up against a camp. I took the opportunity here to do what I tried to do forever ago, which was finish off the Baba Yaga deal.
Baba Yaga, the witch. They tell stories to children to frighten them. You know Baba Yaga?
DLC, so I paused and left.
I remember this camp, by the way. I know exactly what you're talking about. I finished it today. I got to this camp, turned because I was like looking. I had opened the map, and as soon as you open the map, there's the big purple thing. It's like the Baba Yaga thing's right here, and I was like, it's wild that you'd even still let me continue this, considering that I walked away from the person who was talking to me before.
Did you check to see if she
but-
was still there?
Fuck no, I just kept walking. I was like, on my way I go. Jonah's waiting for me. Can't keep him waiting, so.
So, we're gonna take a detour here back to the Baba Yaga DLC and back to the Wicked Vale. So a quick recap: we fought the Baba Yaga, we escaped with our lives. We decided we needed special flowers to create an antidote so that we could survive the flower pollen. We made 2 doses and we are headed back in. Okay, I say we as in me because I know you guys didn't do dick.
Nope.
So
not.
Laura lets Nadia know that the antidote is working, and Nadia's like, great. So you have your 2 doses. I have 2 doses, one for me, one for my grandpa. I'll meet you in there. It's like, cool. So now that we're not hallucinating anymore, Laura finds letters from Nadia's grandpa, and he's talking about how her grandmother challenged him and the others in the gulag to do more. So like when they were all in this little area, like they needed to fight back, and they were trying to figure out how to fight back, and they found that they could use this pollen as a tool to fight against the Soviets who were imprisoning them. In the arena where we fought the Baba Yaga,
Come at night, little children sleep at night.
now that we're not hallucinating, we find dead wolves, we find arrows, and Laura comments like, arrows, this is your magic fire. So the whole time she was just shooting fire arrows at us. The wolves looked undead because of the pollen that had us hallucinating. But we can also see there are like huge ruins, which we think kind of helped create the walking house, right? So at the top of a lift, Laura and Nadia, who finally catches up with us, we find her grandpa by a campfire, and he seems sick and injured, mostly due to the pollen. And he's like kind of mumbling. He's like, she's inside, and you know, it's her. It's been her the whole time. So we move ahead, and all of a sudden, Laura walking ahead, her dose starts wearing off. So the pollen starts affecting her again, and she's like, I have one more antidote. She goes to open it up, and as soon as she goes to open it up and raise it to her mouth, a fucking grenade rolls in, and it blows her off to the side. She drops the antidote, it breaks, so now she's hallucinating again. And this is where things got wild. So, like, we're in the circular room with, like, water in it. So right as soon as the pollen hits, the ruins just start raising in the middle of nowhere, and the water in the middle starts whirlpooling, and out of the water comes a barrel that's kind of like wrapped in rope, and out of the top of the barrel pops the Baba Yaga, and it doesn't just like float in the water a la like Lord of the Rings. Like it starts flying like in the air, just hovering around. So essentially what you have to do is you're running to different platforms, and there are like fire pipes essentially. So like you shoot the Baba Yaga with a rope, and you yank her in, you kind of like pull her in, and as she's coming in, when she gets over one of the pipes of like steam, you open it up and it shoots steam, or as we're hallucinating, fire into her, and it does damage. When you do that enough times, like she sends ads and other stuff. After the fourth time, Nadia calls and says like, Laura, it's her. It's my grandmother. She's alive. We knew it. She's alive. We have to find a way not to hurt her. We have to save her. And Laura's like, sure, bitch. But also like, she's about to kill me. So we'll see who dies first in this whole thing. I do have a note here that I had this incredible glitch at one point. Oh, I did. This was cool. So in this hallucination, one of these ads comes running by, and I used my pickaxe to hit, like, over the shoulder swing and hit it, right? But you have to hit him twice to kill him. Hit it the first time, it loses balance and falls off the ledge. So I hit the execution animation, and Laura, because it's not there, goes to do the execution, but it tries to track where the target went to. So Laura's character model floats in the air, completely sideways to the ground, swings, and then typically you kind of throw it, spins around in like the most anime-ass shit you've ever seen, and throws nothing. And the camera pans in on her as she's flipping around, and then pans out, and after she spins, all of a sudden turns upright and lands on her feet. And I was just like, no, because I was on Steam Deck.
It'll record on Steam Deck.
But it doesn't save to my Steam cloud, so I would have had to go to Steam on the Steam Deck and then move that over to the PC. It would just been a pain in the ass. But it does record up to the last 6 hours, so I can go. I haven't played anything else on it, so I can go see if it's still there.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But it was very funny because it was just like the computer didn't know what to do. So after the barrel catches fire for the last time, it breaks and falls into the water, and all of a sudden we are like cured because video game reasons. And we see there's an old lady wearing a huge animal skull and an animal skin, and she kind of crawls out of the water below, and Laura gets down with her bow drawn. She's like, stop, I know who you are. And she's like, I can only imagine what you've gone through to stay alive. And the lady's like, you have literally no idea. And Nadia's grandpa comes in, like yells stop, and her grandma is like, the soldiers told me you died. And then all of a sudden they hug, and Nadia's like, it's all gonna be okay. And Laura's like, I don't know, lady. The memories she says, I don't know. The memories you will all have to live with now. And then it just fades to black, and you've completed the DLC. So, like,
Jesus
you save her
Christ.
grandma. She has a reunion with her grandpa after, like, all these years. And they're like, thank you. And Laura's like, you guys need therapy.
No shit.
I'm Audi 5000. Deuces to the wind. See you later. So there's that.
Amazing.
Also, you can talk to Nadia before you leave, just to be like, hey, congratulations, everybody's fine. Anyway, I'm off on my journey again. You pop an achievement for that. I don't know why.
Just for
I
talking
just
to
thought
her?
it was of note. Yeah, just for
Okay.
talking to her before you leave. And I was like, well, that's how you get 140 achievements.
Who made these achievements? Who?
Yeah, I know. So that's how you end up with so many. So since we're back in the main area, I took the chance to do like the 7th side quest. You have to shoot 4 drones in the valley. Once you do the 4 drones, they're Trinity drones. You unlock alternate weapon looks. You can like change the skins of your weapon.
Cool.
The 8th side quest, you have to collect resources and drop them off at 2 towers. For this, you get alternate outfits.
2 towers.
To
Huh?
change the look of your outfit.
Never forget.
Yep. No, not the 2 towers that came to my mind when you said 2 towers, but that just shows
Yeah.
difference
Where the
there.
mind's
I
at,
thought.
The
Lord of
best part
Rings-
about that is that the one that came to your mind, Alex, that's not the only Lord of the Rings reference that they try to pull off in this game, but
Yeah, that's true.
Is it not? What else do they do?
the fires?
yeah, the bridge when
Oh,
you're running across
oh,
the
yes.
bridge and it says
Yes.
the mission part is called "You Shall Not Pass," and I
Yeah,
was like,
I didn't see that. Yeah.
Yeah,
"All right, video
Yeah.
game."
and you have the fires of Gondor lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 9th side mission, you have to collect 4 mushrooms and 2 boar skins.
No.
You turn them in. You get, quote, weapon parts.
Cool.
Weapon parts.
Sounds fun.
I also took the opportunity to knock out challenge tombs 4, 5, 6, and 7, I think. I forget what number I left off the last time, but I did 4 of them. One's the Pit of Judgment. You earn the skill Geologist, so now you can mine chromite ore. I don't know what this does. I think it allows you to craft explosive barrels or explosive arrows. The Baths of Katesh, you get the skill Iron Group. I think it's Iron Grip. I just auto-corrected that. So you get Iron Grip. It now allows you to climb rocks and ice faster, which is actually a pretty nice skill because like you just kind of scramble up it like a spider. Catacombs of Sacred Waters. You can now you get anatomic knowledge. So now when you're aiming at animals like deer, you can see their heart, so you know where to shoot to get instant kills.
You shoot the head.
Yeah, and then Challenge Tune 7, House of Afflicted.
That
gives you
usually stops them.
Yeah, fast healer, so you can just heal really fast during battle.
So some of these upgrades you can also just get through upgrading through like the level up system. Do those like stack
No.
or?
You cannot get them through the leveling system.
I thought they're probably just like slightly off then as far as like what they are, because I know that there's one that the healing one was like after healing you get immunity for a little bit. There is one upgrade for the pick, but I can't remember what it was. That reminded me of that. So
There are you get similar things, but not
Close.
these ancient knowledge skills.
Sure.
You know.
didn't need 'em, it's okay.
Continuing the story at the top of the valley, Laura meets Jonah. She tells him the divine source is real, and he says that he's proud of her for what she's done and the people and what you've done with the people of the valley. Walking inside the observatory, they find Jacob waiting for Laura with the atlas. And Jacob says they use this observatory to view the atlas. So naturally, Laura puts it in the middle. Jonah raises it to the sky. The sun shoots through, and it projects a map from this ancient artifact onto the ground.
I love that she immediately goes into bossing Jonah around. Like as soon as they reunite, she goes and she's like, "You monkey, pull the chains!" Like she just really like gets right after him.
Yeah, man, he's got it bad, and like it's a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As long as he's paying
This
that
is what simping gets you,
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
she
So
she
fun.
only gives him the attention as long as he pays for the sub.
Yeah. Jonah is a tier 3 sub to Laura Croft. That's for
He's
sure.
pulling out the savings just for Laura.
All right. So Laura realizes that Katesh is under the lake and under the glacier in the valley, and there's a path from the cathedral to the entrance.
No, hold on,
She also
hold on.
realizes-
Glacier. It's a glacier. Because she
Oh,
has a
yeah,
British
this
accent,
is
so
it.
she has to say it that way.
Kind of said that. I
Glacier.
started laughing because I just had this idea, like when we were talking about Jonah, poor Jonah here. I just imagine Jacob being in the room being like, "She's not gonna fuck you, bro." Like,
She wants this dick, not yours.
yeah, because she does. She's more into him than anybody else, and she's only known him for like a minute.
Profit.
So she realizes as she talks about, where Katesh is, that Jacob knew the whole time. And then literally as she says that, Trinity shows up because Trinity's Trinity to crash the party. So after a little light murder, Jonah saves Laura again, but in the process, he's taken. And when I say taken, he was straight up like Metal Gear 5 style, like pulled into the carabiner and zipped up to the sky.
he is also much bigger than these people. Like, I'm sorry, but you are not about to overpower me like this. Like, if that dude's holding me, the first thing I'm doing, especially if there's a moment where the guy like turns the gun away from Jonah and points it at Laura. The second he does that, I am snapping your arm in half. Like, bro, you are way too damn small to be grabbing me like this.
He has no business being here because he's like a softie and just
Yeah.
you
Gotta get
should
himself
have
killed.
gone home.
Yeah.
He's gonna get himself killed. You should have gone home. So in the fight, Jacob seems to be seriously injured, but Laura says, "Sorry, fam, I have to go and save Jonah because he came all this way to save me." And she just dips. She's like, "Hopefully you'll be fine." Laura makes her way to the research base and has a little dream about Daddy, with Ava there. I don't know why that was my note, where she says that she was sorry, she was wrong, and she didn't believe him, and that she would make it better. Then she's back and up the path. She sees light coming out of the base. Flash to inside where the light is coming from. We see Ava using the atlas that they just stole from the last battle with Constantine. And he says that his man will get the digging gear and get ready to find the divine source. And Ava's like, look, they've already encountered the Deathless, so this is not going to be easy, right? Like, they didn't take him out down there. You got to be careful when you're going down. And Constantine's like, it's fine because they're all ready to die for the cause. And Ava's like, I get it. Like, why do you care so much about this? Right? Like, it's not just me. Clearly there's more here. And why do you care so much about Trinity? And she's like, what do you think they're going to do with us when we're useless to them, right? When we get the source. When we give it over, they're just going to be rid of us. And he says, nope, he was chosen by Trinity, so they won't do anything to them. But then he also adds, like, but it won't even matter because when I get the divine source, I'll be able to control that whole army of Deathless. So, like, I will be Trinity at that point. Like, nothing else matters. Back to Laura, we eventually make it up to the research base. We get to where Jonah is located. Constantine has him tied to a chair, and he's actually about to shoot him in the head. He's asked him a couple of questions he's not answering, so he's like, I'm going to end this. And right before he does, Laura runs up and kind of like shoots the glass, and Constantine turns around and realizes, like, you can't hit me. But it's enough to distract him. So Jonah, like, kind of stands up and knocks him back to the ground, right? And he gets the gun, and he's holding it Constantine, and he hesitates, and Laura is literally like, shoot him in the MFing face. Like, don't listen to him. Constantine's like, don't shoot me. I'm done. And Laura's just like, I am a sociopath. I want to see the blood.
Yeah.
Give me the blood.
Well, no, okay, no. She's right in this scenario. He should have just fucking shot.
No, he should.
She says,
literally
she's
a
like, he's
war
lying.
criminal.
Don't pay it. Like, don't listen. Like, kill him. And he doesn't, and he pays for it. Constantine
Not
pulls
only
a knife
that,
out.
all he says to him and goes, "Wait, sorry, I was only doing what I thought was right," which is literally the worst defense that a war criminal could have said in that moment. Like,
Any
it
criminal,
wasn't like
period.
you don't understand. What is like I have this other, you don't get it, like there's this piece, or you don't understand this, or you don't know about this, or she's lying to you, she's hiding the fact that this is actually this. He's just like, no, I just thought I was right. And then it's okay, word, bam. Like, why are you, it's so ridiculous. And then Jonah's like, oh well, I mean, I guess maybe he was doing what he thought was right. Like, it's so ridiculous.
Again, he has no purpose being here. He needs
Yeah.
to go. But he doesn't. And he catches a knife to the gut. And he looks up. So Jonah gets stabbed. Constantine leaves, and right then Jacob's soldiers come in, and they're like looking after Jonah, and they're like, Laura, you gotta go, right? Because like your friend is dying. So if you can get the divine source, maybe you can save him, but like you need to go finish your mission. We'll do what we can for him. Now in the base, all hell is broken loose, and we have to fight our way through. I'm sorry.
Also, wait, before
I'm sorry,
that,
I forgot that Jacob's people come in, but with Constantine takes Jonah, so they actually leave with a stabbed Jonah. I'm sorry, and then his people come in and are like, you have to get to him because he's dying.
Did they?
No. Jonah, no. Jonah stays.
Jonah stays because then the prophet guy comes in.
But what happened is the guys show up, and or the rebels show up. They tell her to. He's like, we don't have a lot of time. Like, you gotta get moving. And she's like, don't worry, Jonah. You've always had my back, so now it's my turn to have
Go
yours.
murder a whole bunch of
And
people
then
out here, so you got clear path.
leaves him with 3 strangers with a stab wound, and then looks at the other people and goes, bar the door behind me, as she goes to go out on her little murder path, all of which is not helping him with his stab wound. Like, having his back would be like, I'm going to work with the other 3 people in this room, and we're going to try to figure out how to save your life.
I think the whole thing was that she was going to clear a path so they could escape safely with a wounded person. That's what I thought.
You're right. That's what it was, because there was
he is
another
not
scene.
moving in that state. He needs to get that
Well,
wound.
this video game
I
will move him in that state.
I say that's right, because that's why I got confused there, because the next scene after we go on this murder rampage is them with him on a gurney, like carrying him back to the valley. So I thought that he was taken and you had to get him in. But that makes sense. You're right. Okay. Got it. Great storytelling on that one. But Laura does, like, that's why I said, all hell breaks loose. Like, Laura goes on a
She's a one-lady army.
warpath.
1,000%.
Yeah. So when they get Jacob back, I'm sorry, when they get Jonah back, Jacob kind of runs over and he just puts his hand on Jonah. He prays a little bit, and the next thing we see is Jonah's side is all of a sudden healed. And my note just said, "Well, he's
He
the
puts a
prophet."
little dust on his hand though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it says he's the prophet.
That's the
This
trick.
mother effer is the prophet. Literally in the next scene, like the next line out of Laura's mouth, it's like
You're the
you're the prophet.
I knew he was the prophet the whole time. I was like, this is
Yeah.
you. He's clearly the.
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
immortal guy.
like it's
Of
so
course.
funny that
Yes.
Laura's like, wait, it's you, isn't it? It's like, yeah, of course it's me. Of course. Look at that.
Yeah. Little Miss,
Then look at me.
Little Miss fucking detective can find out all these clues and puzzles and shit. These goddamn
Seriously,
tombs with
dude.
different languages.
No,
They can't
but
figure out
she-
that he's a fucking prophet and he's immortal.
To be fair, she's not the best at like recognizing character, right? Because like there have been places where we said like Ava at the very beginning, like meet Ava, clearly not the bad guy. She never knew
She's a
about
little wrapped
Ava.
up in
Yeah,
it,
I
She-
know.
she's
It's just
not-
like
she's dim when it comes to people.
at least with that plot point, it's like there is this like shadow organization that is following her family around and doing these things, like, and they're all supposed to be like secret sleeper cell agents. At least there's that. This is literally like I show up to a place that is so remote that basically no one knows about it except my psychotic father quotes, and I walk in and I see all of these drawings of the prophet. Then I walk up to a dude who seems to have intimate knowledge of everything happening here and also looks like the prophet. So he's either A, the prophet, or B, the prophet has some really good genes and that motherfucker is his great grandson and looks just like the motherfucker. Which one do you think it is? Considering that the whole reason you're here is a
divine
MacGuffin
source
that
of
would've-
everlasting
that would have
life.
created eternal life. So, what are we thinking?
Yeah. So clearly Jacob admits it, right? And she asks about the source, and he's like, "Look, found it a long time ago, but it's not divine." He said he used the army to protect the village one time when it was being attacked, and they killed thousands. Something he wasn't proud of, something that Trinity would do today, but on a much larger scale. So he can't let Trinity have the source. So clearly, we need to protect the source and not let Trinity get to it. And Laura's like, right, but I still have a mission. Like, I want to get the source. So right then, Jacob opens up a secret passage below these like sweet stairs outside, and we're on to the orrery. He's like, whenever you're ready, head down that way. This area was built by the prophet's astronomers, and it's the entrance to Katesh. Around this
Couldn't
area,
give them eternal life, by the way, though. Just him.
just him. So
Not his non-violent astronomers that built all this, but yeah, that's cool, man.
No, but the army there.
What a
Yeah.
swell guy Jacob seems to be.
in this area, you could do challenge tomb number 8. When you finish it, you're rewarded with I forget the name of it, classically trained, and now you can shoot 3 arrows in rapid succession without redrawing your bow. So you can just pop, pop, pop.
Party time.
Yeah. There's a similar skill precedent for that one where you can like
Get a
target
2 at
3
once.
people and shoot.
Oh, no, gotcha. Right.
You can target 3 people and shoot at once in the skill tree.
That'd be
but
nice.
it's
Be fair.
Yeah. As we make our way to the city, also this gets a little bit faster here because like a lot of platforming, not as much scene until the end here. As we make our way to the city, we finally get up close and personal with the Deathless Ones. They're marching all over this place. And eventually we make it to the frozen city, which is Katesh, right? The palace frozen in the deep ice below the glacier. To get inside, we have to puzzle around, break down a big-ass door. We catch it on fire.
All right,
Once
hold
in-
on, pause. I need to start with this. This section made me irate. So, just for what you're talking about, there's these giant gates, and Laura has to go around to these fucking these trebuchets and
yeah.
fling flaming boulders at them. But something about this game, it's something that we've complained about this whole time, but they always find a way to just really get in your way and introduce
We're gonna talk
the
about
most
volley and crevasses.
tedious bullshit all of the time. And so like you get in there's the first one that you do and you break it down and you do it and I go and it's like now I need to find a way to get to the second gate. And it's like yeah, of course there's a second gate. Okay, that's fine. And then it's like I got to get to this other trebuchet to do it. And you're like yeah, okay.
Is it across the map?
That's fine.
Of course it is. Awesome. Cool.
Yeah, of course it is. Right. So then you get all the way over there, and then you fucking kill the people that are on it, and you go to start using it, and then she's like, oh, it's blocked. It's blocked. I have to do... And so you're like, oh, right, okay. I have to turn it past where I'm supposed to go, and then attach it to this other fucking thing, and then try to turn it back, and then that will break it, and then it's open. Got it. Sweet. Okay. I'll launch it. And in my head, in this moment, I said to myself, I was like, God, that was so fucking annoying, but whatever. At least I'll be able to just knock this down. Laura gets the first shot off, and she goes, oh, okay. Time for the second one. And as soon as she says that, I said to myself, this game is going to make me do this again. Mm-hmm. And lo and behold, what happens? But the fucking army decides that this is now the time that they all want to attack. So they fucking fling a boulder at her, and it breaks that one. She's like, oh, fuck, I gotta go find another trebuchet. So then you carry your ass all the way across to the other side of the fucking city, get to the other trebuchet, and then that one is like, oh, it's covered in ice. Uh-oh, what do we have to do? So then you have to go around to the other side next to this platform and do a whole other fuck-ass puzzle about spinning this dumb bullshit around to get one of these things in forward to then swing forward and hit the ice. But the best part is about this fucking Rube Goldberg machine that Laura sets up here is that you can actually fuck it up so there's a bucket that is hanging down that you have to fill with water to get it just Goldilocks right to be able to swing this fucking thing and hit the ice. And the best part about it is that when you do it the first time, water just runs straight through the bucket, and Laura's like, I think it can't get water in it. I gotta close it somehow. And then the game is like, you just shoot this little switch. And, okay, so you shoot a switch, pull rope, and pull it. That somehow makes this thing. And again, you are not underneath this thing. You are
tight,
like parallel with it. So then you shoot it. She pulls forward, but that somehow makes the switch go down and close the bottom, which is a feature on a bucket that's not needed, and it also wouldn't work like that. No. But the switch goes.
You're like, you over-engineered this fucking bucket. It's just a bucket.
Yes, dude. And then she does it. It fills it up, and then it goes, and it's like Laura goes, it's too high now, because the thing goes too high, and it'll swing over the ice. And you're like, oh, so then I have to pull it away, fucking drain the bucket, then really quick shoot it again so that it's just right, then swing it, hit the ice. Then I get to go all the way back over to the fucking trebuchet, climb up, shoot it, break down the gate. She's like, now I can go forward. And I seriously looked, and it was about 30-ish minutes of this playthrough is just that section. And I was like, this should have been nothing. This is so fucking dumb. Like, there is a difference between puzzles, like, I could take a game like The Witness or something, right? Like, there's a difference between puzzles and then moving forward and doing another puzzle. And then there's like tedious. Like, I'm going to give my little brother an unplugged controller so he thinks he's playing like busy work. And it's like, I already have enough busy work in the world. I don't need busy work here. This is ridiculous. Like, stop. And this game does it all the time. And like this was a section where I was like, at least in your other sections, the busy work was self-contained in that one spot. Like, it was like, in the astronomy thing before, right? Like, we're doing all the puzzles and like you're climbing the tower to get into Katesh, right? And so you're doing the whole astronomy puzzle thing where you're spinning these things around and jumping and all this other stuff. Some of that was tedious. However, it was at least contained in that zone. You are traveling across this goddamn city, jumping from roof to, like, Assassin's Creeding your way from roof to roof to roof to roof to get over to this other section just to do another bullshit ass puzzle. And it's not like, oh, I'm looking at this and like trying to figure out the solution. You know exactly what it is you have to do, but you start to see all the steps, and it's like they reveal it to you in the most dumb fucking order. Like, you land, it's like, oh, the ice, and you see the thing to break the ice and go, oh, I probably got to swing into that. Then you turn the camera a little bit more. Oh, okay, I have to rotate this thing to get it actually over here so that I can swing it into the ice. Rotate the camera a little bit more. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, I have to go down there and like get this thing and like line it up and then get this to be raised, and then I can do it. And it's like they let you like piecemeal and figure out how much they are about to fuck you the longer you turn the camera and look at this. And it's not the last time this game does it. It does it again. But I just was like, this is your guys' problem. You want to know why no one liked this more than Uncharted? It's this right here. Because even in Nathan Drake's puzzles, it was like, oh, I'm trying to figure out a situation that somebody, like, I'm trying to disarm this fucking Egyptian death trap so I can go and steal whatever treasure is sitting in the middle of this pyramid. But like, it's, oh, okay, cool, I'm figuring out the solution, here we go, great. They also
a good
example
example in Uncharted is one of those, you're in like a Spanish city and you're in a cathedral and you have to like spin a thing in the center that changes like some of the portraits. You have to use the portrait to unlock something, but it's just like,
right,
it's
exactly
contained in that little chapel.
But none of that is tedious, right? It's just like, right. Oh, okay, cool, I'm like solving a riddle that this person has left for me to find a treasure.
Slow you down. It's meant to like the extend level, make it longer. So they
this is just meant to slow you down. Like it is. But there's everything in this game. Every menu, every button press, everything is meant to get in your way from moving forward, and it's just so insane.
It's the frustrating thing too is like by this point in the game, we have so many ways to traverse anything. Whether we can throw our axe and swing, or we can climb, or we even have the arrows we can spike. Like by this point, you're just like, well, why can't I just scale the wall?
Why can't I just shoot an explosive arrow on this ice?
Yeah, oh yeah, for that matter, you're right. Like I've already built all these contraptions. Why can't I just shoot a fire arrow or shoot an explosive?
Why can't I throw a Molotov cocktail? Why can't I throw a grenade? Why can't I
throw explosives?
Yes, everything. Why can't I take my shotgun and walk up to this 4,000-year-old wood and just blow a hole in it and go, thanks, and then walk right through? Like, what are we doing? Like, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, we also have an ice pick to break ice. Like, that's the whole
climb over things. Yeah,
climb over it.
It's just, it's just, you were like, oh, we got to break down these gates and move forward. I'm like, no, we do not.
I mean, because otherwise it's puzzle, jump, swing, puzzle. Like, it's...
Yeah, but it's not puzzle. It's and to your point, Alex, they do the thing that I fucking hate, where all the upgrades are to remove some of the tedious limits that they've put on you, and then they still have the nerve to introduce new ones that your skills can't deal with. Like, it'd be like if like in Mario, they turn on like you get an upgrade to like upgrade Mario's jump to be like, have 100 times less gravity on it, so you can just like jump across this level, and they go, all right, next level, this level has 300% gravity attached to it, and it's like, sick. So what was the point of me getting that fucking upgrade? It does nothing now for me. And they do that every step of the way.
They do it a lot, yeah. So, and once we're inside these doors, we get ambushed, and the deathless ones are like shooting blue fire arrows, and there's another little like deathless enemy boss you have to fight, but it unlocks armor piercing arrows that we get. So cool. Moving forward ahead, Trinity has shown up. This is the other thing, right? Like, if there's a way you could just fly a helicopter down here, I feel like there's so many ways Laura could have gotten over this wall without breaking through.
And to be fair, they had to break through the ice at the top first before the helicopter could get down.
Didn't seem too difficult.
Yeah, it's just explosive. That's all I had to use, but Laura didn't want to do that to destroy the entire city down below. Trinity will do other means.
But that's the other thing. Like, how many times in this game have we seen Laura shoot barrels that bring down, like in the first scene of the game, she shoots a barrel and collapses an ancient ruin on everybody. And it's not the only time she does this in the game. She did it with Ava later, where she like had their legs wrapped up and she shot a barrel and they fell. Like,
Yeah, but that was Trinity's bombs.
I have a comment coming later, but I'll say it now. It is interesting that as we've gotten further here, Laura gets selective morals.
Oh,
where
sure.
she hasn't really shown these morals in other parts of the game. She does get selective morals through here. So, moving forward ahead, Trinity shows up, and they're having an all-out battle with, like, the Deathless Ones. And at the same time, Sophia and her people show up to help Laura out, right? And I have a note here that's just, like, all I can think of here is, like, in reality, Sophia and her people want to keep the source from everybody, like, kind of even from Laura. So if they would have just teamed up with the Deathless Ones that have been protecting the source, they could have taken out Trinity and Laura and actually just, like, fixed all their fucking problems.
But the Deathless Ones aren't really in the mood for talking anymore.
Sure, but if you just, like, help them take out Trinity and start targeting Trinity...
I see what you're saying.
Then you
Sure.
you can leave... Right? Be like, all right, deuces. So, I have Laura's being a bit of a villain here, and she's being super stubborn, trying to get the source, even though she has all these obstacles and everybody telling her, like, hey, you should leave it alone, because, like, it's not a great thing. Eventually, we get to a part in this large-scale battle where we have to take down that helicopter, because the helicopter is being a big old nuisance.
Oh, fucking stupid.
So we have to fight the attack helicopter,
No, we don't.
which is a straight up attack helicopter, as Laura with her little bits of weapons and try and find and puzzle around to take it down. Preston, how did that go for you?
Not well. So around halfway through this part, I decided that we should knock it down to easy. So I've been playing on normal this entire time. The battles were getting a little rough there towards the end. So knocked it down to easy, started playing with this, and still just trying to figure out what the fuck they wanted me to do. Like, she said to call on the trebuchet. I'm like, okay, well, I'm trying to get into certain parts, the area, because I thought they had to be a certain place for the trebuchet to hit. No, you just got to call it, and the trebuchet will shoot at the thing, and hopefully it doesn't move, but it might. And if it does move, then you're wasting a lot of time, and you got to run away, hope you don't get shot a whole bunch, and then wait for the callback button to happen again. So I'm sitting there, and then what do? The fucking giant ball of fire goes over, and they're like, oh, can't hit him. I'm like, why? I was hitting everything from multiple distances, whether it was close or whether it was far. You just gotta hold the button down, you let go of it sooner, because it shows you a little circle that kind of zooms out the longer you hold it. So all that lady needed to do was learn how to fucking work a trebuchet, but she couldn't. She's like, I got max power, bro, and that's it. This thing's fucking flying, and there's no measurements of distance I can choose from. It's just put the 10 every time.
I love that you're asking an NPC character to control the game like you're controlling it.
That's what I'm thinking. I can only imagine, like, this conversation between Sophia's people and Laura, where she's like, hit it, and they're like, well, we're trying, and she's like, no, you gotta wait for the circle to fill up and then let it go early.
Use
They're like,
your
"We don't
pickaxe to spin it in the direction.
Laura's like, I am one lady. You have an army of people to work a trebuchet. I had to reload all these trebuchets by hand, myself, move them, these giant wooden structures.
She very much didn't, actually.
Well, somehow
They
those
just
trebuchets
magically
were just
reloaded.
reloaded every time for me.
They
Magic.
sure were, but
Fucking
you didn't
magic.
move a rock in there, and I know I
sure
did
shit
it.
did. And somehow they magically got new trebuchet bullets or ammo, whatever. So she hits. It goes over the fucking, like, you gotta shoot it out of the air. That's the only way we can hit it. I'm like, what do you? With an
Oh my
arrow?
god,
Like,
I just
what do you want me
realized
to
she
do?
never does, unless you miss, but if you shoot, when you hit it, you never shoot a trebuchet more than once because something breaks. So if you miss, she'll do it, like, it'll just magically reload and do it, but if you hit each one time, it never actually can fire more than once. So I bet you canonically,
They don't want you to throw it
she
away.
never actually fires one more than once.
I bet.
Or
she's
reloads
fucking
it.
Pro at trebuchets now. So yeah, so you're hitting it. And
I love the design in this world. Trebuchets are a one and done.
Yeah.
like as long
Yeah.
as you hit your target.
For her, they should be. They're flaming balls. She's not going to reload them herself. So like yeah, the first one goes like you shoot the next one, like it hits above it, and the crumbly bits of the fireball fall on top of the helicopter, which hurts it. And of course, what do you gotta do? Gotta do it 3 times because it's not a fucking boss unless you hit it 3 times. Hey, so there are gonna be enemies coming at you too because the helicopter's off licking its wounds. It's not gonna be around there while you fight these guys. You fight the waves of enemies. The little guy comes back again. You do it again. It's just fucking over and over. It's 3 times, and you're finally fucking done. It was a stupid fucking boss battle.
Christian, you can give input. I keep in mind I'm playing this on easy, so
Well, I'm playing it on easy now.
For me,
And then the next boss battle you get is also just as fucking stupid. It doesn't need boss battles.
So I did not have any issues with this fight. Like it did not take me more than one time to do it, but it does suck. It's stupid. Like this idea, like she gets the bullet like over the thing, and then she's like, Laura's like, oh, I have to shoot it, and it's like, oh, but so your bullets are strong enough to shatter a flaming rock and send it into like little pieces everywhere to then land down and do all these things.
I would have believed you more if I was like standing on top and you're like, okay, I'm gonna shoot it. So you have to shoot it multiple times with the AK to slow it down. I'd be like, that makes a little bit more sense. But my Magnum bullet is gonna make it explode.
But it's like this idea of like you do that, but then it can't penetrate anything that has to do with this helicopter or anything like that. And it's like
a giant boulder you can shoot and it'll break.
It will not.
Well, in this game it does. You shoot the boulder in the midair and it breaks.
Yes, but I'm saying in real life, like but it doesn't make it like
no.
If that bullet is strong enough to shatter that boulder, it would be strong enough to snipe the thing.
Stupid.
Oh yeah, yes, yeah, it's stupid.
So when you eventually kill it, quote unquote, it crashes
Sure does.
into the roof of the city and goes through it again, just reinforcing Laura doesn't really care about the architecture. I got quick with my notes here. I don't really have any notes on the Constantine boss fight because it wasn't
I do.
that big of a deal for me.
I do.
So the only thing mine's really short, because you probably had a way bigger event. With
no, not really. It's just some funny stuff that happened. Like I said, I'm on easy
so
now,
for mine, I missed the QTE at the end. Like I got overzealous and pressed the button too fast. So Laura misses and he stabs her right through the throat.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
He takes his knife and from behind her and like stabs her in the throat, and Laura's like, and it's like this whole, and I was like, Jesus Christ! And then it started me right when the QTE started again, so I was like, all right, cool. So I thought I was gonna have to redo the fight over again, but
this is just a 1-person normal guy boss fight. He's got a little bit more armor. You got to hit him 3 times or whatever it is. Essentially, you got to stealth kill him because you can't just shoot him. He's not gonna be able to go down, which is fucking stupid. But so you figure out the first time, you jump off the platform, or you sneak out, or you jump on the platform, and then you stab him with a quick attack. He takes down all the platforms. Now you got to fight him this way. So the second quote unquote hit that you take after him, I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna start wailing on him. So I get him in this stun lock phase of, you hit him twice with the lock, he staggers a little bit. You hit him twice with the pick, he staggers a bit. You can just keep doing that over and over and over again, and nothing happens. No life loss. He can't attack you. Nothing. So I'm just sitting here fucking wailing on him for like a good 45 seconds. I'm like, okay, well, this is apparently not going to do anything. It should. I was able to take out big dudes with it. I have the upgrade that allows me to take down armor with my pick. So like, why is this not fucking taking this dude down?
Were you perfect dodging and hitting him with the pick?
No, I was just straight up hitting him, like just normal melee, like just mashing that fucking triangle dog. Like just let's go, let's see what we can do. Like maybe we wheel him down enough. Maybe he's taking out a little bit of his life and not a lot, so maybe it's got to do a lot. So that didn't work out.
I only had to hit him twice. I threw a grenade, and then he had like the execution thing over his head. So I did it once. He got really mad, and he was like, "Oh, you're not gonna fucking kill me." I took a second grenade, threw it again, did it again, and then the fight was over.
I did a jump attack. It got like the hit off of him, and then from then on, I just let him go at me, and I just
you stay behind those pillars that he knocked down, so you can't jump on him anymore. But you just do the whole like dance around it until he like is not like running after you anymore, and then you can just go a little bit faster and sneak up behind him. So it's not that bad. It doesn't need to be there. I would think it'd be a lot more fun if you had a QTE of like maybe I'm running from something, and then you give me a couple buttons to do it, and I thought that'd be a lot cooler. Not this fucking like small arena with this bullshit. Like I have to have a boss battle.
So what all did we decide at the end here?
I was gonna say here. Wait. So here, we're able to finally kill Constantine. He says that dying to her wasn't his destiny, and that that he was meant for greatness. And Laura's like, "This was never your destiny." And
wait.
your sister let you believe lies.
Did you guys get the one recording I paid attention to? Because I kind of skim these recordings as you find them throughout the levels, and I started reading like, what? Did you guys read the one to where his sister's the one who gave him the stigmata and told him that it was a fucking like
no
his destiny and shit? Yeah,
like the middle of the
she
game.
put the holes in his hand and made him believe that it was his destiny, that he was to serve a higher purpose because he has these, right? God gave them to him. It's the fucking manipulative bullshit that she did. I'm like, what the fuck? And like,
no,
also
I did not see that
something
one.
Again that should be in the actual story of the game and not in a fucking
It
recorder.
So should be.
Oh,
That should
holy
be a
shit! When I
collectible.
saw it, I'm like, my god, this is a psycho bitch.
Yeah, that should have been part of the game. not
And makes
just
the
something
whole
that's
like,
collectible.
oh, she's manipulating you. Like,
Yeah.
makes a whole lot more sense now.
Well, and for somebody like me, like I quit listening and reading those things like halfway through because I was
Oh, yeah.
collecting everything.
Oh yeah,
so I got
same.
bored with it.
Yeah,
So like for me, there is no resolved thing about the Sigmata, right? Like you've shown it a couple times, but you never resolved it. So that should definitely be in
if
there.
you find that one recording, you'll find what it's all about.
So then it makes sense as Laura says, like, this was never your destiny, and your sister
Mm-hmm.
let you believe the lies. Laura starts to walk away as he's laying on the ground. He's all injured, he's surrounded by like the burning building and stuff. And he tells Laura to wait, that her father was killed by Trinity, and she stops and she turns around, and then she's like, "You're not worth it." And you can kind of choose what you want to do here.
Okay.
What did you guys choose?
I walked away because I figured the whole place was going down, so he was going to go down with it.
Yeah, I think this character sucks, and so I was like, what does he not want me to do? Like I had the
Sure.
gun aimed at his head, and then he's like, "Don't walk away from me," and I was like, "Oh well, okay, sounds
I
good.
will.
I'll walk away
Cool.
from you then."
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I too, we all walked away. If you do walk away, you get a bonus for stealth kill as he is
You do.
consumed by the fire.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah,
dies.
that was really fucking funny. I was like,
All right, game.
this video game never ceases to just make me shake my head at the screen. Like I literally, you walk away, it's like stealth kill, and I was like, okay.
It
Yep.
does. It does. There are times like it didn't bother me every time, but there are times where it's immersion breaking, and that's one of them. Because like it's not a stealth kill because you're talking to each other. You just beat him like.
Technically,
right?
no one knows that you killed him or that he died for leaving him. So technically, it's
Sure. But B, it is ridiculous to like have this dramatic moment and you let him and he like gets consumed by fire. He's like, and then it's like stealth kill. So
Okay.
whatever.
Plus 75.
So I literally have, if you do walk away, he'll burn alive. You'll also get stealth kill points and no achievement, which I thought was interesting. Like,
Yeah,
that's one of those
for
places
making
out of
a decision,
140
yeah.
achievements.
Talk to the little girl after
You think you
the
get something?
mission, Get a fucking achievement.
Laura runs ahead and through the doors, and she makes it to the source where Anna is, and she yells for Anna to stop, and she tells her that all of your men are defeated, so it's time to give it up. And Anna says she did everything for the source, and she never planned on giving it to Trinity. Anna's like, Laura, what about your father? Like, he didn't want to let it go. Why are you so, like, why do you have morals all of a sudden and you want to let it go? She's like, think of all the people that we can help, like sick in the world would be cured. We can save everybody. So Anna is all of a sudden the good guy. And Laura's like, hey man, people aren't meant to live forever. So that's probably not a good idea. And it's not a natural part of life. So you should probably definitely just like not do that. And Laura's like, we need to protect what it means to be human and leave the source where it is. So through all of this, Laura could have worked with the people of the valley to stop Trinity before it ever got this far. But instead, she did all of this to then all of a sudden be like, I'm the righteous one.
And
Don't
you
do
know,
it.
isn't that the most British thing she could do?
I guess you could have just taken the source anyway and left with it and be like, not my problem, but
Yeah.
right then Jacob, like there's a soldier that runs into Anna and like warns her, and right then he gets stabbed from the back. We see Jacob, he's come in the room, he stabbed the soldier with a pike, and Anna turns and just shoots Jacob like three
times, by the way.
Yeah, 3 times. And Laura and
Like
Anna,
one body shot and 2 shots in the legs, and it's like,
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ! Like, I wish you would have just shot him in the head. Like, better than maiming him. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus.
well, I mean, he is immortal. So Laura and Anna are in a standoff.
But
with
he's
their
not
guns.
though, because if you shoot him in the head, he's dead. All the other people have the same exact power as he does, and if we headshot them, they ether into dust.
He also said way earlier in the game that like I still feel pain, by the
Yeah.
way. So
Yeah.
so Laura and Anna are in a standoff, and Anna's like, "Hey, you don't need to die for this," but Laura's like, "Nah, I'm willing to. It's fine." So the Deathless
She
ones.
should have shot her in the head right here, by the way.
She should have. By this point, the Deathless ones have, since Trinity is no longer like around, they've kind of started to surround Anna and Laura. And Anna opens the divine source, and right there, like light shoots out of her eyes. I just have her soul ? Seems to
It goes
flow
in the
into
stone.
it.
This
Yeah.
is 1000%
Yeah, is it-
Raiders of the Lost Ark. Like, it's exactly what happens at the end. There's like the lights come out, it starts to suck through everybody, and just the thing is, like, her face didn't melt, so.
Yeah, so it does, like, her soul goes into it, and she drops the source. Laura picks it up and then smashes it on the ground. And right before she does, Jacob's like, "It's okay," and because clearly shot and bleeding, and we all know that if she breaks it, he's not going to heal. And Laura's like, "I'm sorry," and just then she breaks
And he
it.
PowerPoint fades away.
Yeah, all the power of the source flows up into the air, killing the Deathless ones, turning Jacob, who has recently been shot, mortal. And this is where I actually have the note. I can't help but think that none of this would have happened if Laura would have just stayed out of the fucking city and just helped stop Trinity from there, but whatever. And Laura says she's sorry, and all she wanted to do was make a difference. And Jacob's like, "You already have.
Killed a lot of
Laura.
people.
You
You're
already
so
have."
unique,
difference.
so perfect. I've
And-
only met like 3 people as cool as
Yeah.
you in my entire life, and it was like, this is
And
the
Fade to
most
Black.
ridiculous fucking thing I've ever heard. Imagine Jesus coming down and then coming to you and being like, after you've created the most crazy amount of destruction that anybody has seen in this region for thousands of years,
Yeah.
and killing
That's true. They've been
hundreds of
peaceful.
people.
They've been peaceful and hidden for
And
forever.
you kill hundreds of people, thousands of people, and Jesus daps you up and is like, dude, there has only been like 3 people as cool as you, and I've been around and I know like everyone, and there's only like 3 people as cool as you. It is so ridiculous. I was like, this is insane.
So, So it fades to black right as he's like, "You've already changed, Everett. Like, you're great." So it fades to black. Then we're back at her apartment. She's listening to the last recording of her dad, and then her dad in the recording is literally telling her how awesome he knows she will become one day. Like it's the same thing, right? And then Jonah and Laura are in the house, and
He's alive,
Jonah,
by the way.
yeah, and I have the note. Literally, my note here is she's listening to a recording from her dad telling her how awesome he knows she'll become one day. Jonah and Laura are in the house, so we know Jonah's okay. And Jonah is also like, "I too think you're really awesome, and you always make the right decisions, Laura. ... You're totally cool." That's the note that I wrote. So with a voiceover, she says that Trinity is still out there, and more than anyone could have imagined, it is up to her to make a difference and murder them all. The end. We get credits, and then I assume you all stuck around for the post-credit scene.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you
So-
skip the credits, it takes you right to this.
Okay, so post-credit scene, it says 2 weeks earlier, we see Laura and Anna in the snow, and Laura said, that has to be what I'm assuming is after they broke the source.
That's what really
right?
confused
She
me,
was
because I'm
injured.
assuming like, after all that kind of stuff happened, it's like 2 weeks earlier. I'm like, so before we did all that stuff in the city? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
They skipped forward a little bit right there at the end, right before the credits, and then we
Yeah,
went 2
so
weeks
it's 2 weeks
before
earlier,
that,
before
but
the
it's still
room scene.
after the
Yeah.
ending of the
I-
battles.
I too was confused by
Yeah,
that
like-
at first. So Laura and Anna are walking through the snow, and Laura says, "Anna, you said another Croft doesn't need to die for this. What do you mean by that?" I think we know by now.
Yeah.
Super
everyone's told
clear.
us.
She couldn't have been more clear in that statement.
And she draws her gun, and she's like, "You killed my dad, didn't you?" And Anna said, "Trinity ordered the assassination." But before she can say anything more, she literally just gets sniped.
No, she goes, "But I couldn't do it." And Laura goes, "You're a liar." And then she goes, "No, really?" And then before she could say anything from there,
she gets sniped. And Laura's like, "No!"
Yeah. And I had to turn around, look at the sniper scope, and be like,
we get the perspective from the scope. We hear like, "Anna is dead," and then another voice on the radio is like, "But what about Croft?" And it's like, "No, not yet." And
Laura is looking dead in the scope, like it's like so fucking stupid.
Take cover, you dumb lady.
And then that's the end.
Sure
that is the true ending.
And it doesn't continue from here. I'll never know what happens after this. They never made a third game. It's okay.
We'll see.
Did they?
We won't. They did make a
yeah,
third
Shadow
game.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Yes.
That one's great because they do like Aztec stuff, and it's just dope as hell. Yeah, it's dope as hell. So interestingly enough, on this game, I think when it came out, it had a flash forward, so like a little demo to Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Yes. But anyway, I digress. So that is the end of our game.
Sure.
Yeah. What'd you guys think?
So I talk a lot of shit on it. I don't hate the game that much. I think it looks great. I think the story is all right. As far as like a Indiana Jones / Uncharted type of story, it hits those marks. It's kind of the same thing. People who do Indiana Jones type of story, it's kind of always the same. But yeah, animation looks good. Everything like that, that's fine. Combat's not really that bad. I just had a little trouble with it on like the normal settings, but I'm sure if I would have done what Alex did and did some exploring, some side stuff, gotten the upgrades, it would have all been kind of coming together. Because I'm shooting like one individual arrow trying to get them going. If I could target 3 at one time, it would have helped out.
By the time we were done, I had every skill in the Marauder tree, so the first tree, and I had every skill in the second tree. I didn't have everything in the third, but I wasn't far.
I had everything in the first tree, and then I kind of dabbled in the other two. Not really a whole bunch in there. I'm like, let me finish one of these up, so maybe get like a fucking achievement pop up for it. Sure. Then it seemed like most of the combat stuff was in the brawler one too, so it's fine. But yeah, I mean, it's not a horrible game. I think what really holds it back is the Ubisoftification of it, and how much the UI just like the Ubisoftification of it, and like especially the like me finding out about the Stigmata on a recording device that like most of us are skipping because there's so fucking many of them, and it's stopping us in our tracks because you can't play them while you're playing. So like there's so much that takes it out of it for making it like a really good game. I think if all that stuff was out of it, if it was more linear, I probably would have liked it a little bit more. But I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 3 out of 5. I think it's above average game as far as like it's an average game, it's fine, but like I think it's a little bit better as far as like the look and the polish it has, and the combat can be pretty good. But I think getting beyond just a little bit more than average, getting beyond that 2.5 I'll give it a 3, but I'm not going to give it a 3.5 or a 4 or 5 or anything like that.
Sure.
I did most of my ranting already, so I won't go through all that stuff again. I think that the bones of a good game are in here somewhere, but there it is so hard to sift through all of the other bullshit that is around it. And I honestly say I hate the story. I don't think it's good. I like there's every single step, like there's like the reason that I would put the Uncharted games at like a above average game is because despite the like dissonance between Nathan Drake being a murder machine and then the story they're trying to tell is that's just like the gameplay that happens there, but the story they try to tell is consistent directly through that. Like they never really mention that Nathan Drake is a murder machine, but it's also like, whatever. So, but like I don't even hold that against Laura. I do think that they do a weirder job of putting it in your face and being like, with the score system and like
Yeah.
counting the amount of kills you have in a row and shit like that. But in general, I don't even hold that against it. I just think it's like a funny thing that happens in these games. Because to be fair, Indiana Jones is the same way. Like he's murdered tons of people,
Yeah.
and but also people give him a pass because it was mostly just Nazis he was killing, which
Yeah.
rare. But like it's everything else. Like there's so many like random ass like plot hole things that happen in these stories. Like Preston, you mentioned it's not just one scene, it's almost every scene where you go into a room, or I think no, Tori mentioned it, sorry, but it was like it was just during the comment corner. But like Laura goes into a room and she's not hidden whatsoever, and everyone's just like, I can't hear this person scrambling around this room and like
The only
knocking
pillar has
into
somebody
shit.
standing on top of it.
Yeah, or like
Obvious. I'm above
or
that.
playing a tape recorder and like doing all these things like, nope, can't hear any of that, it's dead silent. Or like even I had a stealth kill once where some dude was in the middle of turning around and I mistimed it, but I did the stealth kill from the bushes and like pulled his friend in and did the whole thing, and the other guy was like, do, like you're just like, dude, what the like, and I laughed and I was like, well, thank God this didn't break, but like, whatever. But it's all these like, Alex, you brought it up earlier about the immersion breaking. I think that every single thing this game does is immersion breaking. Like it's almost like there's brief periods where you have just these brief moments of being immersed, and then the game does everything it can to remove you from those moments. And at least in Uncharted's cases, and I'm not even like the world's biggest Uncharted fans, like I played through all those games one time and then never went back. Like this is not, and that's not me hating on them, I'm just saying, like, I think that you can experience everything that you need to experience in that game once and then you're good. But like, at least in those particular instances, like, they are so on rails and so linear, and they're trying to keep you engaged and moving forward, that you never end up feeling like pulled out of it. Like it's always building on this larger narrative that they're trying to do. Every single thing in this game yanks you out of it. They want you to be distracted and moved on and look at this, do this. Oh my, like it's just everywhere. And when I started this game, and as we were getting through it, I felt as though this was going to be like a 2.5 for me, like just this is an average game. And honestly, with every issue, like not like technical ones aside, like it was very funny. I think we all probably got, or at least Preston and I did, but in the final city, like of Katesh, all of those soldiers T-posed around that tower for me. When I'm ascending the tower, they were all T-posed across like the screenshot. I put it in the chat, Preston, if you want to put it in there.
Yep,
but like, it is literally like everywhere, every wall, everything that they were on, they just were T-posed there. And like even little like I'm not gonna count any of the technical stuff against it because whatever, it is funny, but that's not what I'm talking about. Like it's like by design, they do not want me to be into this world. They don't want me to be into the story. And then when you do have moments of the story, you're just like it doesn't even make any sense that Laura does not shoot Anna on sight, because she already was planning to do that and did do it earlier. Like when she was down,
she shot her in the arm
in the last section, right?
Yeah.
She doesn't even give Anna a chance to respond. She just goes, fuck you, and then shoots. And if it would have hit her in the head, Laura would have been fine with it. The only reason that it didn't happen is because it hit her in the arm, and so she literally goes like, fuck you, and then leaves. But then not an hour later, after Trinity has already, we heard a radio transmission where Anna said, kill her, but also she has ordered Jonah got stabbed because of her brother. All these people that you've come to like have all been murdered. You would have an even extra reason off the other one that you've already shown that you don't care. You'll kill her for no reason, or not for no reason, but you'll kill her without asking questions. But then it comes to the end and she's like so hesitant about it. She's like, oh, I don't know. Should I? I don't know. Yeah, of course you should. You already shot at her once. Do it again. Why are we waiting? Then we go all the way to the end, and she is basically admitting to you that she was in on the whole bit about your father dying, and then she gets sniped and she's like, no, and like runs forward at her. It's like, she has an open bullet wound in her shoulder from you earlier. What are we doing?
Well,
Better question.
that's
why are you even walking on the ice with her? After you smashed this and all of those people disappeared, you should have went over to her and just executed her right there.
That's like the selective morals thing that I was talking about. Like, she was up. I assume she was upset because she probably hoped she could get more information, right? But to your point, earlier she tried to just pop shot. Like,
she wasn't
boom,
concerned about information then.
So it is the selective moral thing. That is,
and it's all sorts of stuff like it's just throughout the game. There's just so many moments where it's just like, I don't even understand what you're talking about here. And Preston, to your point, and I think this is like a bigger deal than you give it credit for, but like, I would have never known that plot point about her had you not.
No, it should have been in the story. She should have talked to somebody about it, like Laura or somebody.
Yeah.
That is awful design. Like just
that's
straight up, there is no excuses for that. That is bullshit. Like, you come away with a different, like, that detail is integral to understanding that whole relationship and dynamic. Because right now it makes it seem like Constantine's a fucking moron. But if you were convinced by a family member that you did actually have the stigmata and you had like an actual divine intervention in your life, you would probably come out fucking crazy too. Yep. Like, that is and it all it makes me think of is how, because we were all skipping them, how many plot points did we actually miss because you didn't want to put them in the game?
Because they're all from different characters in the game or different areas of like how this area happened or who was in there.
Well, so I like this. That's where we started off. Like, I did all the Baba Yaga ones because most of the story is told through side stuff. I was doing a lot at the beginning, which is, remember, like in the first challenge tomb, I gave you the backstory of like they carried the stuff over, the ships and stuff. But there's so much. After a while, I just quit caring.
It's too much.
I was like, I don't care.
There was Christian. You mentioned the funny stealth stuff. There's one that like really kind of like, all right, the guy should have seen him. There's one truck, and the guys are walking like this way, back and forth at the truck. And you're supposed to get past them, but every time they meet each other at the end of the truck, right? Come back, they meet each other, and it's just this is happening over and over again. So of course you stealth kill one of them, and the guy's like, oh. Like, he doesn't say anything at all. He just continues his route as far as the AI route. But like, you're not at least a little bit like wondering like, where'd my friend go? I've been seeing him for like every 5 seconds. You know, we walk back and forth to this truck. I think I would have seen him. And then another stealth kill I did was from like grabbing somebody from below. I guess it was an odd angle because I grab him, but his body goes over here and my body's over here, and we're all doing the animations at once. So, like, I'm killing Invisible Thing. He's dying from Invisible Thing. It was like, love it. Great.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So, yeah, with all that, I have to go 2. I think that it has earned being a below average game for me. Like, there's just so many things that I think that it does poorly. That it's not, I would not say that it's bad, right? Like, it's definitely not Tomb Raider 96.
No.
Like, it is not but I think that there are massive issues with this game that I think makes it way worse than the first
Design
one.
flaws, huge ones.
Yeah.
So I'm like Preston. I didn't hate the story. I think it was that bad. The best way to experience the story is mainlining the game, because Preston, your terminology there of like the Ubisoftification of the game makes it worse. And like there were even if you kept the challenge tombs, but everything else was gone.
There's
right?
also
like
urgency. There's shit going down. It's like, well, let me go into this cave real quick.
The challenge tombs were cool, not for the stuff you get, it was pointless, but like the extra little detail, every one of them either gave you more information about Katesh or was a backstory. Like the first one was like a backstory of people chasing down this prophet in the valley. So like,
and they shouldn't be optional. They should be on the path. Like, you should have to go through them and figure them out to continue. Those should be the big puzzles in between your set pieces.
Yeah, that's actually a great call out. But like the side missions were pointless. It's just, I think the story was okay. The gunplay was fine. I when you could play the game and when you could do the story, I think it was at its best. It's just everything else was bad and pulled you out from it. And I don't think that it does everything better than its contemporary. So like you had Uncharted 2.
It doesn't even do anything better than the first one.
Sure, that's fair. But you had Uncharted 2 or 3 by this point. Black Flag came out 2 years prior. So like even Assassin's Creed at its best had come out 2 years before this. You had seen it done well. Even by Ubisoft standards. I just think there are other things that do it better. And yeah, the first one was a tighter story. The first one was a tighter in the puzzles. They didn't try and add all the extra stuff. You still had the goofiness, like you said, like the point system and the headshots and all that.
But that's I'm not gonna hold that's a thing that like I'm coming at from the real world and then looking at it in the video game sense. But like in general, like movies do that too, right? Like but it was the first one is not this open world vomit thing that this one is.
And the DLC actually made it worse when it came to the open world extra stuff because, like you said, the big pillar of light you always see when you look around. I get it.
I tried to do one of the I think it's called expeditions, like where you can use your cards and stuff like that. I think it's just like a high score chaser type of thing. I wouldn't know because I started up like, okay, let's because I got, you finish the game, you get like big head mode. I'm like, let's make all the enemies big head mode, whatever, cool, fun stuff. So I entered in my cards. It's like start the level up or whatever because it's like you're not doing PVE or PV, or you're not doing PvP, but you're doing like PVE and it's supposed to be like get the highest score or whatever, and you can get a leaderboard. Crash the game. So like I finished the game. I'm like, let's just try this out real quick. Did it? It shut down, completely crashed the game, went to desktop. I'm like, well, that's that. Let's go ahead and hit install. So, we're good to go. I'm not launching this back again just to try this again. We're good.
So Preston, I had a not a similar situation, but I too got the bug where I was like, you know what, let's just give it a try.
Sure, it's right there.
Because
fuck it.
I downloaded on my PC at 130,000 points. So I'm like, let me just go buy all the packs that I can. I had like 700 fucking cards. And I went to go start up an expedition and it was grayed out. I'm like, well, why is it grayed out? It's because, and Christian and I were talking through this, it's because this game predates like the cloud save capabilities. So since I started on Steam Deck, nothing came over other than what was signed into like the account, the Square account. Sure. So like the points came, but none of the progress came. Since I didn't play the game, I couldn't do it. So I was like, I tried and moved on. Anyway, the story I didn't hate. I like the set pieces. I like this new Laura. I like the gunplay, but it doesn't do anything better than anything else at the time. So I give it an average 3.
Yeah,
this is where I stood on it. So I didn't hate it. Again, I have a soft spot for these.
It's slightly above average. Yeah, because 2.5 out of 5.
2.5 is average.
That's average.
I just think like 1 bottom, 3 middle, 5 top. So, but sure.
Well, I'm saying when we do like the 5, but
yes, it's a 3. And honestly, I'll give it a 3 just because again,
it's
like
slightly above average.
For the series.
Looks really fucking good. The environments they have in this game look fucking phenomenal. When you're getting those large huge vistas, look fucking incredible.
So, there we go. That is that. We have one more piece of, I guess, housekeeping before we move on. Preston, that's your game.
Yes.
What are we playing?
I wanted to do this for a while. I'm gonna let you guys do a little guessing game. All right. So, came out on PS2 and Xbox and PC.
Okay, so just like the greatest generation of games to choose from.
Came out in 2001.
Final Fantasy X, baby!
No.
I actually would be down.
I mean, I thought, to be fair, I did have that cross my mind, not as far as me doing it, but I'm like well, sooner or later we're going to have to get big games. I'm like, well, how would we do that? Like, what we could do is we could do it to where, like, hey, maybe it's like, we would have it to
I can tell you how to break up Final Fantasy X.
Well, you could do it to where, like,
break it up even.
You get 2 months worth. You get 2 months worth of Final Fantasy X. We do a shorter game, and then you can do another 2 months of Final Fantasy X. But we'll get that later.
I know how to break that game up. I know exactly what path to take. Let's do it.
No doubt in my mind. So this game came out in 2001, PS2, Xbox, PC. It had a isometric port in 2003 to the Game Boy Advance. You guys have any? Okay, I'll give you another hint. About 2 years ago, they announced that they're doing a remake, which is why I held off on it for so long. But they haven't announced the actual remake as far as dates or anything, or shown anything off on it. So I've been sitting here going like, well, let's just go ahead and do the original. When the remake comes out, you guys can play it. But like, I was hoping to do the remake when it came out.
Do I own this game?
Probably. I mean, to be fair, we all own it on Steam Family, but
Sure, but I just mean
physical,
like,
probably not. I would guess no.
Okay.
So you don't have to look on the wall because it's not on there.
Grand Theft Auto 3?
No.
I don't know. I didn't have a Game Boy Advance, so I don't know any of those games that would have been ported.
I'll say, well, the Game Boy Advance was not made by them, but it's made by Remedy.
Max Payne.
We're playing the first original Max Payne. Going back to the time to where Preston was just in high school, started in high school, and somehow the networking kids were able to get Max Payne on all the computers. So that's what I did during my networking class. So I
Bullet
finished
time,
with
baby.
yeah, bullet time. So looking up the time framing on how to do this, we're going to try to do it just in 2 parts. So we're going to try to get like...
I've never played this game, by the way, so
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Christian, you have
Nearby.
played this game. No?
Nope.
Okay. I put stars next to the video game book club list to see like who played them and who hasn't, and for some reason this one had 1 star next to it. Probably maybe for me. So I did beat this back in the day. I had a lot of time doing that network class because we didn't do shit, or the stuff that we did do I got done really fast. So the confusing thing is how long to beat has it for 8 to 10 hours. Any like playthrough that I go like walk through with no commentary that I look at, it's like 4 to 5 hours. So this first half could take you anywhere from 2 to 4 to 5 hours, depending on how we play it. Because those guys know what they're doing in that game, but it is linear.
The same thing happened to me with Black and other stuff, where it says like 10 hours, and then I watch the YouTube and it's 4. It's never 4 for us. It's always
No,
4,
yeah,
so.
I mean, well, maybe for Christian, but like it's some people are built differently. But we're gonna say halfway through, give yourself an extra day if you need to, like
Okay.
don't do it all at the last minute. If this first part takes a very long time, then what we'll do is I'll chunk out the second part into 2 parts.
Let's talk after this podcast. We might give ourselves an extra week. We might have 2 weeks to do it based on what I have next week, but we'll talk about it when we're done.
Okay. So as far as right now, we're going to be stopping at the chapter is called like "Put Out My Flowers with Gasoline," but essentially you'll be looking out for the Casa D'Angelo restaurant. Is it like a level you're going into? That's like a restaurant for Casa D'Angelo. Stop once you get into there. I'm pretty sure you can just save on the spot. But yeah, it's even like the guy says a save here. So like get into the restaurant, save there, and then we'll decide if we want to do 3 parts or 2 parts after that.
Do you know, is the best way to play it on the Steam Family Plan version we have, or if we have an OG copy, should we play it OG?
I think playing on PC would be the best version. That's what I played it on, and aiming and stuff like that while you're going slow-mo. I don't know how that does on consoles. I never played it on console. I'm assuming it does fine, so like if you had an OG copy like on Xbox, you'll probably just fine. But we have it on.
I mean, I'm not playing with mouse and keyboard regardless, Preston. So you should know that.
Well, we'll find out how you do. I'm sure you'll do just fine though.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure if the PC version has like a aim assist option on there.
What am I, a fucking nerd?
So we'll see. But
you
yeah, no.
guys know me. So,
But yes, we are playing Max Payne 1, the original.
Cool.
And we're playing through half of it, the first part, and we'll find out what we do for part 2, if not part 2 and 3. So
Radical.
Awesome. All right, well, that's it, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with us. Don't forget about Preston Star Wars Sundays, and then, of course, we'll be back at you next week with another prologue. And yeah, with that, Preston, you know what to do.
hit it. Thank you for listening to another episode of The Testing Room. To catch up on past episodes or to check out the newest ones when they drop, follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite podcast. If watching is more your thing, check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/@thetestingroom, or watch us live on twitch.tv/testingroomlive. To leave comments or ask questions, you can follow us on Instagram @testingroompod, leave a comment on YouTube, or send them in to testingroompod@gmail.com. See you next time.